Hello everybody, it's Shane here, or the Dawn of the Creeper, and welcome to our first episode of making a game together. Now, we are going to start from the bottom until we're there. So in the first episode, I have some plans thought out. Okay. So episode 1 is, let's make a game together. Yes, okay, so I've already described that. We're going to be making a game from the ground up, and it's going to be a tutorial series all throughout the way. In this episode, we'll be setting up basic plugins and editing the main character in the database. The program we will be using is called RPG Maker MV. It is also known as RMMV for short. I will be calling it RPG Maker. Alright, so to get started, we are going to have to set up some simple plugins to make this game how we want it. So to do that, you're going to want to open up the plugin manager, which is located right here. To open up a new plugin, you can either press enter or you can double click, and then you have a long list. Now you can download JavaScript files, which is what these plugins are, and put them into your games folder. So I have a lot of YANFly plugins, and that is the YEP. And these are going to be the main plugins that I will be using throughout this series. So the first YANFly plugin that we're going to want to grab is YANFly Core Engine. And that is because we are able to change our screen width and screen height along with a lot of other parameters. So to get started, let's make a 720p game. So the width will be 1080. This will be 720. I forgot what it was. Alright, it just turned out to be a little bit mix of both of what I was doing there. It's 1280. So 720 by 1280. And that will give us a nice HD layout, as you can see right there. Which is what we're looking for, in my opinion. Now, if you're making a phone game or a computer game, it can differ on what you want. If you want it to be played on mainly Android devices that are phone-like, phone-shaped, then you are going to be wanting to go 720p to 1080p based on which devices you are aiming for. So now that we have our core engine, we can go ahead and get a second plugin, which is one that I feel is pretty required. I wouldn't say that it's necessary, but it's one that I use a lot. And that will be down here. We would YANFly Battle Engine Core. And we'll get looking on more of that later. So I'm going to go and click edit, and I'm actually going to change this to YANFly's blank and turn it off. And what this does is it gives you the ability to separate different categories of plugins. So let's go ahead and get our where is it? YANFly Battle. That's YANFly X. YANFly Battle Engine Core. My bad. And let's go ahead and throw it down there. All right. So now that we have that set up, we can go into our database, and that is the cogwheel right there. And these are our actors. These are going to be the characters that are playable for the player. So let's go ahead and change the maximum to 1, just because we're going to make a short game at the start, and we'll add more characters later on. And we're going to name him John Doe. And he's going to be the Deer Master. Okay, he's going to say, his profile description is going to say, "Don't let the doe hit you on the way out." And this is a small reference to Warcraft 3. Whenever you click on one of the characters, he will say, "Don't let the dough hit you on the way out." And that's just a small pun because he's a Deer Master. So we're going to go ahead and erase all the skills, and we can leave this. Now we're going to erase all the weapons and armor that he uses, and his skill type. And we're going to make his class. What should we make his class? You know what, actually I will leave that up to you guys. What will we make his class? That will be 100% up to you guys to choose, so comment below on what you guys think what do you think our class should be named as. Until then, I will just name it 4 lines, 4 dashes. Alright, so now you can see John Doe is a class of 4 dashes currently, and he has no weapons, no equipment at all. So, let's go and get out of there, and I don't like this model. Now, we can easily choose from any of them they give us, but I don't want to do that. I want a custom one. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to customize my own guy a little bit. So I want him to look like a hardened criminal. I don't know. Something like that. Make him look like the leader of a mafia or something. Let's go for a darker hair color. I think I'm going to go for black there. I like the color depth that one gives it, only if it was a little bit lighter. So we'll give him a nice scruffy beard. And we'll keep him human. That looks weird. Okay, I like that one. My cursor's being weird right now. I don't know why that is, but let's give him some, I guess, thinner eyebrows, but not too thin. Make him look like he's serious. And let's give him a scrunched up nose. Let's make him look serious. Like that. Yeah. Make him a little bat dude. No. Let's go down to clothing and give him that nice buff look. There we go. That looks good. I like that. Let's keep him away from the cloak. Maybe give him an eye patch. Alright, that looks good. So this will be our main character. And we can go ahead and we can put him in any location in our face image. And then we can go and export. Now, after we export, we'll be taken here and we can name him. So we're going to name him characters _1. And you guys can name this whatever you want, whatever will help you guys memorize what that file is meant for. So let's go over to our walk, and this is what they will look like whenever they're walking. So once again, export, and I'm going to name it the same thing. Characters _1, and we can go and save it like that. Now, this is where I do it differently than traditionally. I'll actually import, and I'll get my characters _1, and I'll actually put the damage sprite underneath their normal sprite. So let's go ahead and export that now. Go ahead and overwrite it. And then we can go ahead and do the battler. Now the battler, you can only have one battler per page, so what you're going to do is export, and what I tend to do is characters, and then the name of character. So this one's John Doe. Just like that. So that way, whenever you're looking for all the files, it's not just John Doe hidden in the middle of them. It's going to be characters, so you can go and look inside of the category characters. Then in the subcategory, you can find John Doe. So there we go. So there's our John Doe. Now, if you wanted to save this, in case you wanted to change it later, you can do Save Settings. And we can name this something like John Doe. Just like that. And say, oh no, we exited, and it's still glitching. I'm going to have to fix that after this. But let's say you accidentally exit. Well, you can go back up here to the character again, and he's gone. Oh no, but you saved him. So now you can load him back up, and it will bring him back up exactly. So now that we have John Doe, and we know this is the John Doe that we want, we can go ahead and find characters_1 and put all of his stuff on. So there we go. See characters_John Doe. Now, what is the side view character? Well, if you want to use side view, and this is 100% optional, you can go down to System, and you can do Use Side View Battle. And the difference between this is, I'm going to go and do this real quick. Right here, you can see that the enemies are just right there, and they're not doing anything. But if we were to go ahead and do Use Side View Battle System, and go ahead and go back into the battle, you'll see that, well, now our character's right there, and now these guys are facing our character. So when using this style, you're able to do a more of a side view action, and you can see he punched him right there. So it's just different uses for different things. How you want to use your battle system is completely up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and click Apply, OK, and I'm going to go ahead and save this. And that will end our first episode on RPG Maker MV tutorial series. Now we have our character set up, we have a battle system that we will edit later, and we have a new resolution, and we have a custom main character. So once again, give our character a class, and if we don't have a class suggested by anybody by the end of the week, then he will become a, what are they called? Druid. A force of nature, because of his name, John Doe. So, without further ado, see you all later.